Congrats to Purpose Trade. This video, I want to talk about something that's gonna be very important in the next few months, which is China's Yuan devaluation. So, for those of you who don't know, China has been recently started to devalue their yuan, and yeah, let's talk about the reasoning behind that. So, give me 1 minute. So, yeah, basically, what's been going on is that the last 1 year, Western countries, US dollar, Canadian dollar, UK pound, European euro, all of these Western countries have been increasing interest rate the last 1 year, and so their currencies have been um, ha getting stronger in the last 1 year, to put it simply. And so their imports were cheap. So Chinese imports into Europe, Canada, USA got cheaper in the last 1 year because of high interest rate, making the currency more valuable, the Western currency. But now that the Western countries are dropping the interest rates, Chinese imports are getting more expensive. And China doesn't like them. And so China is trying to counter that with devaluing the currency. And if they can devalue the currency, they can make their Chinese imports into Western countries cheaper. And yeah, that's basically been what's been going on. And the other reason is, of course, tariffs, right? If you have a $10 Chinese product with a 25%, let's say 20% tariff from Trump, its price would be $12, right? But if the Chinese yuan can be depreciated by 20%, then you can bring the $10 product down to $8 value. And 20% on $8 comes to around $10. So the product stays the same, almost the same price in Western markets. And so the tariff doesn't have impact. That's basically also another reason why China is devaluing their currency. And yeah, so this is a long-term strategy. This is not going to be a one-time move because the Western countries have to aggressively drop the interest rates in the next few months. The countries are stagnating and the mortgage payments are coming due, the high mortgage payments. So a crash is coming in the mortgage market in Western countries, especially Canada. And yeah, they have to drop the interest rates now. And so China has found the right time to basically devalue their yuan to make their exports competitive in the Western markets, right? So, like, what does this mean? I mean, what does this mean for China? Well, they're trying to keep their market share in Western markets, right? They're trying to be competitive in the Western markets, but this will make Chinese imports into China more expensive. But China doesn't care because China has found a lot of local solutions to their imports. So they usually import a lot of technical equipment, especially like semiconductor chips. But given that this devaluation is coming now, means that they probably have found a local alternative cheap industry base inside China. And so they're confident they don't have to import a lot of semiconductor chips in the next few years. And yeah, because once this devaluation goes through, those semiconductor imports are going to be expensive for China. And so they probably have a good semiconductor base now inside China. And so that's why they chose this moment to devalue the currency because they're now trying to keep their export dominance. And they probably have local alternatives to their import, right? So yeah, it's and they're also trying to bring liquidity to the BRICS financial system. They realize the Western financial system is going to come through a crash pretty soon. And so they're trying to bring more liquidity to the BRICS financial system. The pipeline in the BRICS financial market, the infrastructure has been created the last few years. And now it's time to flood the pipeline with money yuan. And so, yeah, I think that's what's going on. But just to give you guys some context, for the first time in history, China's 10-year bond yield interest rate has gone below 1.8, I believe. Like basically, China's 10-year bond interest rate is the lowest in history. So they're flooding the market with cheap credit, the cheapest credit ever. Okay. And another context you guys have to consider is that throughout history, countries that China, look, you have to understand something. China has never significantly devalued their yuan. Never. Okay. And so if you want to go through history, for example, USA and Britain and any great empire through history, they start devaluating their currency when they have to go to war. US first devalued their US dollar massively in 1914. It's the First World War. And then again, just before Second World War. And also in 1971, when USA quote unquote temporarily went off the gold standard, they never came back. So USA has been technically at war since 1971 because throughout history, the great superpowers only devalued their currency to go to war, to fund wars, and I mean significantly devalue their currency by going off the gold standard. And so US has been technically at war since 1971. And yeah, so now China is significantly devaluing the currency. So in my opinion, World War III already started when US went off the gold standard in 1971, because throughout history, the great superpowers only significantly devalue their currency when they have to fund their wars. And now China is doing this, so it's just another signal that we are heading for a global war. So yeah, just prepare for it. And if you aren't in the BRICS system yet, it's time to get into the BRICS market, because you don't want to be the last country standing because the door will close on your face if you're the last few countries standing not in the BRICS system, right? You'll basically be left behind. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll come back with another one pretty soon. Bye. Bye.